गौरांग भगवान धाम की। ओम अज्ञान तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। Welcome everyone to this transcendental program of studying Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma means the Param Dharma. Param Dharma means the ultimate duty of humankind. Because when we speak about duty, only human being is expected to perform one's duty. When we talk about the potential, we speak about the human potential. Of course, every living entity is endowed with some capacity, but their capacity or their potential cannot make any difference to their destination. The destiny means the present life of any living entity except the human being does not make a difference in this lifetime. But when one gets the human form of body, it has the potential whereby one can make the whole difference. The ultimate purpose of life is to attain the eternal blissful experience. And that possibility is only human being. So when any human being becomes interested or becomes very much focused, very much determined, Srila Prabhupada, in order to encourage his disciples and followers, he said many things and revealed what pleases him the most. What pleases him. So, oftentimes devotees asked, and because as if they knew what will please Prabhupada the most, or any Guru for that purpose. Any Guru, when we quote the name Prabhupada, because so much literature, so much discussion, conversation with Srila Prabhupada is there. So when we say Prabhupada said this, means this is the opinion of our parampara. Every bona fide spiritual master is a Prabhupada for the disciple. So in that, Prabhupada said, many times he say, if you distribute my books, that will please me. If you do this, that will please me. So once again, when Srila Prabhupada was asked, what will please you the most? And then Prabhupada said, if you love Krishna, that will please me the most. So Prabhupada, or the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the bona fide spiritual master, he becomes most pleased when the disciple or follower becomes a pure devotee. Pure devotee means one who has fallen in love with Krishna. So that is the purpose of this Bhagavad Dharma. Param Dharma, it is reserved for the human being only. Only human being has the potential or endowed with the capacity to attain the perfection of our potential. And that's why this culture of Krishna consciousness is meant for the civilized human being. And part of this culture is to also become civilized. Because what is the purpose of becoming even civilized if you don't become a pure devotee of Krishna? If you don't find the permanent solution to the inabilities of human existence, going through the experience of these imperfections of life, which block the incessant flow of blissful experience, the old age, disease, death, going through birth and all these things. So currently what we are studying is a very amazing rendition of wholesome culture of Krishna consciousness. From our conditioned state, it definitely will lead us to a fully liberated state. From Ajatarati Avastha is a sadhaka. Because when we say Ajatarati, it is specifically addressing the sadhakas who have not attained perfection as yet. Perfection is attained at the stage of bhava and prema. No? And the first sprout of bhava is asakti. So naturally in our experience within this world also we see that when we become attached to something or someone, then we won't be able to oppose. Otherwise, we want to oppose everyone. And it's very natural, it's very normal to oppose those we are not attached to. So this asakti is very, very critical. In order to asakti of Krishna, expanded himself, Leela Dham Parikar Avran, Krishna's name. Parnelia of his worship and everything. And even then to develop exclusive attraction for the divine couple, so Sri Radha Krishna, the highest achievement possible for a sadhaka, even for such a condition fallen and utterly incapacitated as far as our qualification is concerned. The Kripa of Mahaprabhu, our connectivity to Mahaprabhu is the most important thing we must always remember. Only through the vibrant or incessant feeling of connectivity to Mahaprabhu's Kripa, we will always stand great chance to go all the way. Actually, there are two aspects in life. One is claiming and one is acknowledgement. Claiming of any sort is a symptom of a embodied soul. Claiming of any sort is bondage of this world, because we claim only what we can grab on, hold on to. So we have this, in this world, we have tremendous tendency to claim, and that is the cause of bondage. The only way to come out of this deep-rooted, long-standing bondage through claiming, we have to come to this understanding and appreciation of it, that we can claim nothing. Everything has to be acknowledged as Kripa. So in our exchange also, in our dealings also, everybody is on behalf of Krishna, because everybody is being a part and parcel of Krishna, is an instrument of Krishna. And as an instrument of Krishna, everybody is doing us a favor only. When we will come to this acknowledgement, this understanding, it will be such a revolution in our consciousness we cannot even imagine, we never imagine. And we will come to the stage of zero claiming and 100% acknowledgement only. Because of our claiming tendency, when somebody tries to put us down, try to loot us or steal us from us, or deprive us of something which we claim, then we express our resentment, anger, fight back, etc. And blaming. When there is a claiming, there is also blaming. If I cannot get what I claim, then but whatever comes in our life, whatever happens in our life, if we see it from the absolute point of view, we'll see that person has done me a favor, because he cannot not do only favor to me. I also, as an instrument, part and parcel of Krishna, is supposed to do a favor to my. Nobody in this existence, the whole existence, no iota is against me. Only me myself has been against me. Me myself has been self-depriving. If we analyze like that, then we will be able to see the Chaudike Ananda Dekhi. Everybody is doing me a favor, everybody is only pushing me forward. Everybody is teaching me how to become detached from this worldly phantasmagoria. and the capacity to see through the so-called attraction of this material realm. It's only, as they say, it's just the external decoration. It is only skin deep. Now the replacement, because what Mahaprabhu has come to give us is so sublime. So this sense of insignificance, sense of smallness has to be perceived all the time. Then and then only we will be totally, fully ready or empty to receive the Mahaprabhu's mercy fully. If we still hold on to certain things which think we can claim, then to that extent we will remain underperformers. We have to attain the consciousness whereby we should be ready to let go practically everything to receive the full mercy of Mahaprabhu. When our whole existence, our consciousness should become so surcharged with the flow of mercy of Mahaprabhu, Sri Radha Dashyam, the highest stage of Krishna consciousness or Krishna Prema, where however insignificant, however small, however incapacitated we may be, we have the potential to become the object of Krishna's attraction. This is statement. And Mahaprabhu has made that possible by directing our aspiration to become Sri Radha's, because Srimati Radharani is the most blessed. So if you want to become fully blessed, then we have to take shelter. We have to become one who is the most blessed. And that is the process. So to attain that status, to make or allow our consciousness to evolve to that platform, Narottam Das Thakur is providing so systematically the directions, teachings. In the concept of exclusive bhajan, which is indispensable, we discuss and we give Hanumanji, the last Sripadi. Hanuman tahate pramana. So the fortune of Hanuman is very lofted, correct? But Hanumanji, however greatly situated and idealistically, our Goswami also so who wouldn't want to be like Hanuman, or a follower of Hanuman? If he is Hanuman is name of Hanuman is given as an evidence. But the evidence is to be fixed in one's worship and in one's worshipable deity. Two aspects. To be fixed in one's worship. So if our worshipable deity is the divine couple, Sri Radha Shyam Sundar, Hanumanji's worshipable deity is Sitaram, and that mode of Dasya Bhav. So he's fixed in Dasya Bhav, and the deity Sitaram. So similar devotion and exclusive dedication to the divine capacity Radha Shyam Sundar, and in the fixed in one's worship. What is worship? What is the mode of worship? Bhavollasati, Manjari Bhava. So Hanumanji is very fixed in his mode of worship and in his deity, Ishtadeva, worshipable deity. So we glorify Hanumanji, and if Hanumanji shows up, we can also ask him, please give us similar exclusive devotion and dedication to my deity, Shri Radha Shyam Sundar. And what is the mode of worship? Mode of worship is Manjari Bhav. No other Bhav, no Naika Bhav, no becoming a queen or the wife of Krishna even. Nothing. Only I can become fixed so loyally in my worship of Srimati Radharani. So, what is the mood of Hanumanji? And what is his conviction? That is what we will discuss in today's Sloka number 29. Of course, the Lord is very much pleased with Hanumanji, seeing his loyalty to his worshipable deity, Lord Ramachandra. And that's why so Hanumanji, this is how he became blessed with the permanent love for his worshipable deity Lord Ramachandra. And how Hanumanji feels about Lord Ramachandra is today's Sloka. Sri Nathe Janaki Nathe क्या भेद है परमात्मनि तथापि मम सर्वस्वम रामः कमल लोचन. Hanumanji knows the Siddhanta. Sri Nathe. Natha means the Lord. So who is the Lord of Lakshmiji? Celebrated as Lord Narayan, Sriman Narayan. Sri Nathe. The Janaki Nathe. Janaki means Sita Devi is Lakshmiji only. In a different disposition. How mood is little different. She associates with the form of the Lord. No difference between them. As far as their identity is concerned, both are the same singular Supreme Personality of Godhead. Cha bheda Paramatmani. Paramatmani means the super soul, or one who is supreme, Param Atma, supreme soul. So, from the viewpoint of being the Supreme Soul, Paramatma, there is no difference between Sriman Narayan and the Lord of Janaki, Lord Ramchandra. Still, Tathapi, although there is no difference, Tathapi Mama Sarvasvam, as far as I am concerned, for me, everything, still the lotus-eyed Lord Rama, Kamala Lochana, lotus-eyed Lord Rama is everything to me. He is not differentiating as far as identity is concerned, but he is used to, he has fallen in love. One falls in love with the form, of the disposition. So there is a difference between in identity, in Swarupa, they all are one singular person. But in disposition, in form, in their manifestation, they are different. And different devotees are attracted to different form of deity. So naturally, this is the mood of Hanumanji. So, and there are couple of examples even in Chaitanya Leela given how certain candidates or associates of Mahaprabhu, they were attached to one particular deity, the Lord, and because they have attained such high level or absolute level of attraction for that particular deity. There is also absolute, because in Swarupa, in identity, both are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there is nothing wrong. But what is the fortune of us conditioned souls? The possibility, that is what we will discuss in the conclusion of today's Sloka. Please remind me if I forget this important point. If you are making Hanumanji such an ideal, why don't we aspire to be like Hanumanji? Or one can say, oh, why are you talking about that you can attain a greater fortune than that of Hanumanji? Well, if there is a possibility, we should be aware of it. Because Hanumanji is not claiming even that he is the most blessed. Although he is fully blessed, see, this concept will come. Although Hanumanji feels fully blessed, but he does not claim that he is the most blessed. And that's why he acknowledges, again this is claiming, acknowledgement is, that's why he acknowledges the greater fortune of other devotees, other associates. If one studies very systematically Brihad Bhagavatamrita, how amazing that to be known or celebrated as the most blessed. They always think that others are more blessed. This is the symptom of a devotee who is fully blessed. He will acknowledge others as more fortunate, more blessed than oneself. Of course, as far as he himself is concerned, he is very much resolved in his mood and in his mode of worship and his particular sentiment towards the Lord. He is not missing on anything, but he can he does not hesitate to see the greater fortune of others. What a wonderful. So one has to feel that absolutely attached to the one's worshipable deity and the mode of worship, bhava, whether in Sakhya bhava in friendship or Dasya bhava in servitorship, Vatsalya bhava or Madhur rasa, all the way. Only when one is absolutely situated in one's particular mode of worship or bhava and also absolutely attached to the deity, because he is not missing, he is not missing anything as if others have greater fortune, that's why I should go for it. No, they are absolutely fixed in their mode of worship and also in the worshipable deity. This is the thing. What should we follow? Although the example of Hanumanji is given, and we don't have to stop there. If Hanumanji thinks the greater fortune of Pandavas and Pandavas think greater fortune of Yaduvanshis or Uddhava thinks the greater fortune of the Gopis, and Gopis think the highest fortune of Srimati Radharani, correct? Then what is left for us? What is left for us is that Mahaprabhu has given that one who is most blessed by, one who is acknowledged as the most blessed by everyone, Srimati Radharani, correct? So our fortune, the available fortune is rather than, so we have the possibility to become attached to or devoted to, or to be called hers, compared to becoming Hanumans or becoming servant of Pandavas or Uddhava or many gopis, different gopis. We have the possibility of attaining the maid servanthood of Srimati Radharani, the supreme, ultimate gopi, as we discussed previously also. Because in disposition, Radharani is the lover, so she is the highest Bhagavat in disposition. And in that role, she has so totally captured Krishna, or Krishna is so under the subjugation of Radharani's love. Although the whole world is worshipping Krishna and taking the name of Krishna to please Krishna, Krishna is hankering to please Srimati Radharani. That fortune. Glorifying the name. When we glorify the name of Krishna, what's our goal? Why we chant? If somebody asks us why we chant, what is the purpose of practicing spirituality? To impress Krishna, to please Krishna, correct? So while chanting or singing or listening, doing any of the devotional practices, our focus, our purpose, the awareness or the jubilation for us should be the joy of Krishna. Imagine in this material world, everybody loves to be glorified. And the original nature is in Krishna. So Krishna also likes to be glorified. So when we take the name of Krishna, Krishna is pleased, or for the pleasure of Krishna, we take the holy name. But if our purpose becomes other than pleasing Krishna, so that is the Yadrishi Shraddha. Krishna rewards according to our sentiment, bhava and faith. So if we want to, by taking the holy name of Krishna, if we are targeting something else, and not targeting, seeing the joy of feeling the joy of Krishna, then how can we expect to get the fullest mercy of Krishna? In the material world, nobody wants to glorify anyone else's name. Everybody is interested only in self-glorification for oneself. But Krishna's name, how much it stands out, that it gives joy, it gives so much joy also to the one who recites the name of Krishna. You know, it's a great paradox. Even if one takes the name of one's beloved or one who is very near and dear, like the son is very, very near and dear to one, the spouse is very near. Can we chant one round of mala of the person? Can we? It won't give us that much relishment. Rather, we won't. But chanting Krishna's name is so relishing because Krishna's name is non different from him. So this is how we realize the glory of the holy name. So can we chant any other person's name and feel that joy? If we chant the name of addressing, like Ajamil chanted the name of Narayan, because that was the name given to his son. Out of fear, because he was very attached to his son, so that's why he called his name, and inevitably he took the name of Krishna originally. Even if we give God's name to our son, child, or anybody, originally it belongs to Krishna. So the name has that potential. When one becomes absorbed in the name itself, so that absorption will give us the connectivity to the person who possesses, or the person who is named is Krishna or Narayan or whatever. So if everybody is doing us a favor, except myself, I can also do myself a favor. That possibility is there, and that's why Bhagavad Gita, Uddharet Atmana Atmanam. One is to one is to deliver oneself with the use of Atmana, means with the mind. So one has to cause the liberation from this bondage of this material world. Mind is so critical. Identification with the mind. So this the mood of stalwart devotees and Mahaprabhu's mercy, how we can make the best, get the best out of it, only if we if we become determined, if we become that we will, at least we ourselves, oneself will not become the obstacle or the cause of our deprivation. Nobody else is depriving us. So, how fixed Hanumanji is in his worshipable deity is being described, and same inspiration we can imbibe for our worshipable deity, the divine couple of Srimati Radharani. To show a devotee's loyalty to his beloved deity, this verse spoken by Sri Hanumanji is quoted. When a devotee is exclusively fixed in his particular worshipable form of Godhead, from amongst all other forms of Godhead, he is praiseworthy. What is praiseworthy? His absolute exclusive devotion, attachment, because one can remain fixed only on the platform of attachment. Attachment makes us fixed in one. Attachment is always singular. One cannot be simultaneously attached to more than one. When we become attached to someone or something, we are ready to leave everyone else. That is the thing. He is praiseworthy, such devotee is praiseworthy, for that shows his special deep attention and affection for that particular form within his heart. That does not mean that he disrespects other forms of the Lord, though, for when one has deep affection for one particular form of the Lord, then all the other forms are automatically respected. अनंत रूपे एक रूप नाही कोन भेद. As far as identity is concerned, different forms of Godhead, Ram, Nrsimha, Varaha, Krishna, there is no difference between one single form of the Lord and his innumerable other forms. All these forms are, that is a principle. एक रूप में ही अनेक रूप में भी एक रूप. The difference is of forms and disposition. एक रूप में अनेक means if one becomes attached, as we establish this principle, that one can become attached to only one form. But our attachment to even one form, we have shown respect to all the forms, correct? Because other forms are also only of that deity we have become attached to, or that form which we have become attached to. So ek rupe, anek rupe, ek rupe. So this is the principle. All these forms are strung on the same string. Rather, when they see a devotee's deep affection for and loyalty to one particular form of the Lord, all the other forms of the Lord are most satisfied with him because they are one and the same person. In the explanation of previous verse, the example of Garuda and Hanuman was quoted from Brihad Bhagavatamrit by Sri Sanatana Goswami. That how even Krishna in Dwarka was very much pleased because he called Hanumanji, and because he was pleased, he became manifest as Lord Ramchandra. He fulfilled the desire of his devotee Hanuman, who is exclusively devoted to the form of Ramachandra, Sita Ramchandra. So we see that Krishna is extremely pleased. And because he is extremely pleased, he manifested his Lord Ramchandra. The Lord being pleased means he fulfills the desire of his devotee. So that way we can see. Sri Hanumanji has attained exclusive loyalty to Sri Raghavendra Rama. And in this verse, Hanumanji is revealing his mind. He says there is no difference between Lakshmipati, Sriman Narayan, and Sitapati. Pati means husband. Lakshmipati is celebrated as Chaturbhuj Narayan form in Vaikuntha. And Sitapati is Raghavendra Ram. There is no difference between both at all. For in principle, in Siddhanta, they are both the Supreme Self. Both are Supreme Self. Still, Sri Raghavendra is my all in all. This is the conviction of Hanuman. He stopped there. He is fully, absolutely stuck there. This is the point. We try to appreciate this. He is fully and absolutely stuck with Lord Ramchandra form. And so he is dealing in Dasya Rasa, and particular mode of worship is also fully established. He cannot deviate from it, and there is no need for it. That's why he is used as an example for the exclusive devotion in Dasya Rasa. Sri Raghavendra dwells in his heart and he does not know anyone else but Sri Ramachandra. Either in sleep, dreams, meditation, pondering, hearing or chanting. Under all circumstances and all time, he is always conscious of Lord Ramachandra in that way. This loyalty makes Sri Hari most satisfied with him, and this loyalty is altogether greatly praiseworthy. Mahaprabhu also, who is the incarnation of Hanumanji himself, Murari Gupta. Mahaprabhu appreciated his exclusive devotion to Ramachandra form of Godhead. No? So there is wonderful example in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Rup Sanatan Goswami are sharing with Mahaprabhu how they tried to convert his brother Anupam, who was living with them and listening to Hari Katha and all these things. But he was a devout devotee of Lord Ramchandra. Imagine how one becomes absolutely attached to one form of the Lord. No? Attachment is to one form of the Lord. Although it is attachment to the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, but because of the different form or different disposition, the mode of worship differs, so bhava differs. So when Mahaprabhu was staying in Nilachal or Jagannath Puri, Sanatan Goswami told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about his younger brother, Sri Anupama. Anupama's firm fixation in Sri Ramachandra. This is a very nice Bengali quotations I will read. Sei Anupama Bhai बालक काल हईते रघुनाथ उपासना करे दृढ़ चित्ते. Describing their brother Anupam from since very childhood, he was with firm determination, he was worshipping Lord Ramchandra. Raghunatha upasana kare dridh chitte. Ratri dine Raghunather namo ar dhyana. Ramayana niravadhi shune kore gana. Day and night he will chant the name of Lord Ramchandra. Also meditate upon him. He will read almost, whenever, constant, Niravadhi means constantly. Ramayana Niravadhi Shune Kore Gan. He will either listen to Ramayana or sing or speak. Ramayana can also be recited, just like Bhagavatam and Gita. Either he will hear Ramayana or he will listen or he will sing. And Rup Sanatan Goswami, they were observing this devotion or dedication of their younger brother to Lord Ramchandra. So they tried to attract his attention. We both worship Radha Krishna, so why you also don't? And he was showing so much respect to his older brothers and listening to Krishna Katha also from them. So Sanatan Goswami is telling Mahaprabhu, Ami are rupa tar jaishtha sahodar ama doha sange seho rahe nirantar. We and Rupa Goswami, we are the older brother of Anupam. And he was staying with us so naturally. Ama sabha sanghe Krishna kotha Bhagavat shune tahar pariksha ami koilo dui jane. With us he would listen to Krishna Katha from us, So we once decided to test him. Tahara pariksha ami koilo dui jane. We both decided to test his exclusive devotion to Lord Ramchandra. So both the brothers, Rup Sanatan, requested his brother, Sunoho Vallabha Krishna Param Madhur. Oh Vallabha, Krishna is very, very sweet. Krishna is most sweet, Param Madhur. Saundarya Madhurya Prema Vilasa Prachur. In his beauty, in his sweetness, in his Madhurya Prema Vilasa Prachur. Unlimited, unlimited beauty and sweetness of Krishna's Vilas. Vilas means pastimes. Krishna bhajan koro tumi ama dohar sange. You should also worship Krishna. Krishna bhajan along with us. Tina bhai ekatra rahibo. Teen means three. So three brothers will stay together at Krishna Katha Range. Relish the Krishna Katha. Ei mata bara bara kohi dui jana. So again and again, many times, Rup Sanatan being the older brothers, and because the younger brother was showing so much respect to them, they were trying to inspire him, tell him, just you also join us and just we'll do exclusive Krishna bhajan. Amadohar gaurave kichu piri gelo mana. By the influence of our two brothers, Gaurave, because he was so respectful to his older brothers. So he also, somehow, changed his mind. My brothers are always trying to tell me that we should worship Krishna. So as if his mind also changed. Toma dohara aghyami kote ko langhivo. How long I will keep ignoring your agya, your order or your desire? So he said, okay, then also I'm joining you. Diksha mantra deho Krishna bhajan koribo. Okay, initiate me in the Krishna mantra and I will do bhajan just like you. Eto kahi ratri kale kore vicharan. So he did say this, and whole night he's thinking what I have done. Eto kahi ratri kale kore vicharan kemone chadibo Raghunather charan. How will I be able to give up the lotus feet of Lord Raghunath Ramchandra? Although he has said, but he started thinking whole night. He started thinking what I have done. How will I be able to give up the lotus feet of Ramchandra? Sabaratri kandan kori koilo jagaran. Whole night he kept on crying, could not sleep. Did jagaran, Prate kale amadohe koilo nivedan. Morning, he just came to both of us and requested. This is how he submitted to both the brothers. He says, Raghunather pade mui vechiyacho matha kadhite na paro matha pao bado vyatha. I have sold my head, Raghunather pade, in the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra. Raghunather pade means lotus feet. Mui means I, vechiachon. I've sold my matha means my head to the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra, and I cannot pull my head away from the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra. And if I try to this is most painful to me. Kadhite na paro matha pao bado vyatha me. Although I told you that, okay, I will also do Krishna bhajan, but since my head has been sold to Lord Ramchandra's lotus feet, and to pull my head away from them, from the lotus feet of Ramchandra. It's the most painful to me. Kripa kori more agya deho duijan. So I humbly request you both. Janame janame sevo Raghunathe chan. Please bless me. Bless me and also allow me. Agya means asking permission, correct? Okay, permit me. Kripa kori mori agya. Mercifully, please allow me. You both allow me that life after life, I worship Lord Ramchandra. Raghunather Pada Padma Chadana no jai. I cannot give up the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra. Chadibara mana hoile prana phati jai. Even if I think of giving up the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra in order to worship Krishna along with you, even if I think like that, Chadibara mana haile, even if the thought comes in my mind to give up Lord Ramchandra lotus feet, prana phati bahirai. Prana phati bahirai means like my life force is it coming out. तबे आमी दोहे तारे आलिंगन कैलो साधु दृढ़ भक्ति तोमार कोही प्रशंसिलो. Then what Rup Sanatana Goswami did? They embraced him and sadhu dridha appreciated his exclusive devotion to Lord Ramchandra. Sadhu dridha bhakti tomar kohi prasansilo. So, this is very wonderful. I cannot give up Raghunatha's lotus feet. The mere thought of it breaks my heart and kills me. Then we both embraced him and praised him, saying, "Blessed is your firm devotion." So, naturally, he is fixed. One who is fixed, one who has attained the absolute devotion and attachment to one form of the Lord is perfect. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also then shared that once he tried to test Murari Gupta. Gosai kahe, Gosai here means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, ei mate Murari Gupate, purve ami prakashilo tare ei mate. सेई भक्त धन्य जेना छाड़े प्रभुर चरण सेई प्रभु धन्य जेना छाड़े निज जन. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I have similarly tested Murari Gupta in the past. He also tried to lull him towards Krishna. And so, naturally, blessed is that devotee who does not leave the lotus feet of his Lord, and blessed is that Lord who does not abandon his own devotee. When the devotee has thus become fixed in one particular form of the Lord also shows special mercy on such an exclusively surrendered soul. It must also be known in this framework that although the loyalty, yes, this is the message for all of us. It must also be known in this framework that although the loyalty of the devotees for a particular deity, like Hanuman in this present case, is praiseworthy, no doubt about it. But those people who primarily aim in their practice of devotion at relishing sweet rasa means madhur rasa or braja rasa, because in braja bhakti or Vrindavan bhakti, Krishna is manifest in madhur, sweet rasa. Should know that this cannot be attained in any greater way than by the worshippers of Rasa Ghana Vigraha, the embodiment of deep taste, Madhurya Murti, the embodiment of sweetness, Rasanam Rasatamaha, the greatest of all flavors, Swayam Bhagwan, the original personality of Godhead, Sri Brajendra Nandan Krishna. As far as rasa, Hanumanji is fixed there in Lord Ramchandra, in particular Dasya Bhav. But those who have not become as fixed as Hanumanji in one particular form, they have the options open. No? That's why, although Hanumanji's his devotion, his loyalty for a particular deity like Lord Ramchandra is praiseworthy, because no other worshipper of any other form of Godhead can experience this, what those who become devoted to Krishna. So Krishna form is the embodiment of deep rasa ghana vigraha. Cannot be that experience of mellow cannot be attained in any greater way than by the worshippers of Krishna, the original personality of Godhead, is Brajendra Nandan, especially in relation to Braja. Krishna's disposition in the Vrindavanam is the supreme or the highest as far as rasa is concerned. Rupa Goswami Pad describes Hari. Hari means the supreme personality of Godhead. His manifestation in Vrindavan is most perfect. Hari means Hari is perfect, Purna. Then Purna means complete. Purnatar means more complete. And Purnatam means most complete. That's why the disposition of Krishna in Vrindavan is most complete. Hari Purna Tamah Purna Tara Purna Iti Tridha. Krishnasya Purna Tamta Vyaktavhut Gokulantari. Purna Tarata Dwaraka Mathuradeshu. Bhakti Sindhu Rupa Goswami describes that Hari is the supreme personality of Godhead, one who, literal meaning of Hari, many meanings, etymologically, one who removes or one who takes away the misery of the living entity, takes away the mind of the devotees and bestows love. Although Hari has many meanings, but the primary meaning is one who removes the misery of the living entities or sadhakas, and also removing means stealing, removes the miseries and steals the mind and bestows love. So the manifestation of Krishna in Vrindavan is the most complete from three aspects. From the aspect of his manifestation of the opulence, manifestation of his sweetness or madhurya, and also from the viewpoint of mercy. Rupa Goswami gives specific examples of how the highest opulence, although Vaikuntha is described as the abode of opulence, correct? But the highest opulence was manifest in Vrindavan. And that's why Brahma Vimohan Leela, when Brahmaji stole the so-called the calves and the cowherd boys of Krishna, when that Leela was the conclusion of that Leela, Brahmaji saw that unlimited, innumerable Narayan Murtis coming from Krishna. Krishna himself became all the calves and the cowherd boys, and innumerable they were, and so innumerable Chaturbhuz Narayan Murtis. So one Vaikuntha is one Narayan Murti, but in Vrindavan, innumerable Narayan Murtis manifested. So unlimited opulence was also demonstrated or manifest in Vrindavan. Brahmaji himself saw it when he prayed to all of them. So, although in Vrindavan the sweetness or the madhurya aspect of Krishna is so prominent that the opulence is covered over so much influence of the sweetness of Krishna there. And as far as sweetness is concerned, unlimited sweet pastimes of Krishna. Can you imagine the Supreme Personality of Godhead so eagerly like a hungry child, like a very dependent being, the supremely independent Personality of Godhead, the one who provides rasa, taste, joy for everybody. He's hankering for something with so much eagerness and with so much vigor. He's drinking the milk from Mother Yashoda's breasts. Papau Yashastanam Hari. Nandah kim akarod Brahman Shreya eva mahodare. Yashoda kim mahabhaga Papau Yashastanam Hari. What a great fortune of Mother Yashoda, can you imagine? Hari, one who is the source of everything. He is hankering for, and with so much vigor he is so much need, Vigor means when somebody is so much in need for something without which, one will remain as if unfulfilled, So that is the mood Krishna demonstrates. What could be a greater sweet pastime than this? Shukadeva Goswami describes. What a great fortune great fortune of Mother Yashoda that Krishna saw with so much vigor and so much force, He just drank the milk from her breasts. God becoming so hungry and with so much hankering for something. Everybody hankers for Krishna if they become, everybody is attracted to Krishna. But Krishna, who is the source of everything, he is demonstrating his hankering for Mother Yashoda's breast milk. It's very, very amazingly sweet, na? Of course, the sweetness which is manifest in the Nikunja Mandir or in the intimate conjugal pastimes of Krishna, that is not open for others except those who are exclusively devoted to Srimati Radharani. And that's why where Hanuman is left out, Uddhavji is left out, Shukdev Goswami, Brahma, Shiva, they may be fixed in their particular deity form and but so we don't become stuck there. Like Hanumanji is stuck with Lord Ramchandra in particular mode of worship. Our options are much greater. That's why it is said, no other worshipper of any other form of Godhead can experience this. Even Hanumanji, that is not the option for him because he is stuck there. Particularly Sri Krishna's adolescent form, Kumar, Kishore, particularly Sri Krishna's adolescent form reveals a greater sweetness. And the girls of Braj, means the gopis, relish that unrivaled sweetness of Sri Krishna through their matchless wealth of feeling called Mahabhava. So gopis are at the level of Mahabhava, and that's why their fortune is the greatest. Amongst these girls of Braja, amongst these Braja gopis, Srimati Radharani is the greatest. Her five senses, like the eyes and the ears, are the enjoyers of Sri Krishna's form, etc. And her love is only through her love. The love is the way to relish at that level. Just as Sri Krishna's sweetness is complete and limitless. Yeah. Similarly, Sri Radharani's love is complete and limitless. Therefore, Sri Radha alone is able to relish Sri Krishna's limitless sweetness through her complete Mahabhava, known as Madan, Madanakhya Mahabhava. Akhya means known as. Radharani's Mahabhava is known as Madanakhya. Madan. Krishna himself describes in his own words, Ei prema dware nitya radhika ekali amara madhuryamrita aswade sakali. Krishna notices and acknowledges through her exclusive superlative Mahabhava love known as Madan or Madanakhya. Through that, Ei prema dware means through such love. Dware means through the gate of her love is the gate to that relishment of hers. So through such love only Radharani can relish all my nectarian sweetness. Although the individual souls cannot relish this like Sri Radha. So what is the possibility for us? Although the individual souls cannot relish this like Sri Radha, a fortunate soul can be blessed by the attainment of that relish by following Sri Radha. What is the possibility for us? Although the individual souls cannot relish this like Sri Radha, who directly associate with Krishna Shyam Sundar, and while offering or by pleasing or fulfilling all the desires and proclivities of Krishna, through her love, she also relishes the unlimited sweetness of Krishna also. And her joy is rooted in bringing or giving joy to Shyam Sundar. So in the process, her purpose is only to fulfill all the desires and proclivities of Krishna, and in that process she ends up relishing the unlimited sweetness manifest in the form of Krishna's Krishna's Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha, relishing Krishna's voice, Shabda, Sparsha, Krishna's touch, Krishna's form, Krishna's taste, Shabda Sparsha Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, and the smell. Because of her that exclusive love, not only she is fulfilling all the desires of Krishna, but in that process she herself becomes so overwhelmed through the relish of Krishna's sweetness of five kinds: Shabda, Sparsha, Krishna's voice, Krishna's touch, Shabda Sparsha Rupa, Krishna's form through her eyes, Shabda Sparsha Rupa, Rasa, taste, Adharamrita, tasting the nectarian lips of Krishna, Gandha, and experiencing the sweetness of Krishna's sweet fragrance through her nostrils. And Krishna acknowledges that through such love only Radhika can relish all of my nectarian sweetness. Now, establishing Radharani's such superlative exclusive position, although the individual souls, all of us cannot relish this like Sri Radha. But if we acknowledge, again this concept of acknowledge, if we acknowledge Radharani is the most blessed, correct? If Krishna establishes Radharani as the most blessed, then what is for us? A fortunate soul can be blessed by the attainment of that relish. Radharani can cause us to experience what she experiences through the direct touch with Krishna. Here is the thing. A fortunate soul can be blessed by the attainment of that relish by following Sri Radha or becoming confidential of Srimati Radharani, by becoming a surrendered maid servant to Srimati Radharani. A fortunate soul can become blessed by the attainment of that relish and becoming eager for her service. In this particular age, Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Acharyas like Sri Rupa Sanatana Goswami, who have taken shelter at his lotus feet, have preached the dual worship of Sri Radha Krishna in the mood of Sri Radharani's maid servants or Manjari Bhava. So in this, the limit of relish of the Lord's sweetness is found, or rather the limitlessness. When we say this is the limit, that means highest, na? When we say this is the limit, means this is the highest. So in this prema, in this the limit of relish of the Lord's sweetness is found. So the mode of for us to relish the highest level of sweetness of Krishna is through by becoming confidential maid servant of Srimati Radharani. Because Radharani has the capacity to make one experience what she experiences herself through her Madhanakya Mahabhava. So when one becomes confidential of Srimati Radharani, then one can experience what Radharani experiences, and this is very inconceivable. Achintya Shakti, Achintya Kripa, through the inconceivable mercy of Srimati Radharani. What otherwise is only relishable by Srimati Radharani through her Madhanakya Mahabhav. What she experiences, she makes her maid servants also experience. Without them associating with Krishna directly. Just by becoming Sri Radhas, they attain the fortune of relishing Krishna's sweetness at the highest level. So this is inconceivable mercy of Srimati Radharani, that whatever she experiences through her exclusive superlative love, Madhanakya, Prema, for Krishna, her confidential maid servants get to experience that. Whatever romanch means sensation Radharani feels by coming in touch with the Krishna's words, Krishna's touch, Krishna's taste, Krishna's form, and she's able to share or transpire that same feeling, what she feels in her mind, and also the sensation which she feels on her body. She's able to cause that experience for the maid servants, her confidential maid servants. And this is very inconceivable, this is very achintya. That's why we don't hanker, we don't aspire like other gopis who want to associate with Krishna directly. Because Radharani has the capacity to experience Krishna's sweetness directly. For us, if we become Sri Radhas, then Radharani, by her inconceivable mercy, can cause us to experience what she experienced. Although we are not trying to become Radhas for that, but she makes us experience anyway. So rather than, so if one really wants to experience the sweetness of Krishna to the highest level, Krishna is raso vaisaha, rasam hi evayam labdva anandi bhavati. The Shruti scriptures say that if we attain Krishna, who is the source, who is the very fountain head of rasa or melo, then we experience ananda. By connecting to Krishna, raso vaisaha rasam hi evayam. If we attain Krishna, we experience ananda, bliss. But the highest attainment of bliss is only by becoming Sri Radha's, by becoming Radharani's maid servant, by the inconceivable mercy of Srimati Radharani. We become blessed with experiencing the sweetness of Krishna at the highest level. If we directly try to experience Krishna's sweetness by directly trying to attain the embrace of Krishna, or like that, we may not, because we do not have the capacity to experience Krishna directly. But one who experiences at the highest level, Srimati Radharani, if we become confidential to her, she can make us relish. What one has, one can share, na? One can give. So the highest relishment of Krishna's sweetness is by Radharani, and that's why Mahaprabhu has the confidential maid servant of Srimati Radharani. Even the relishment of Krishna's sweetness would be made available to us at the highest level. So this Manjari Bhava, in this the limit of relish of the Lord's sweetness is found, even without associating with the Lord directly. We just become confidential of Srimati Radharani, which is so easily, naturally possible for Srimati Radharani. We must acknowledge this. One who is the richest, so in this so we must acknowledge and connect to the source from which we can get this, rather than directly getting it from Krishna. Those who have got it from Krishna, Srimati Radharani, and those who have got from Srimati Radharani, her confidential maid servants. So even our access to Srimati Radharani is through those who are confidential to her. So for us, rather than trying to directly go to Srimati Radharani, for us, our access to Radharani having become the confidential maidservant of Srimati Radharani. So in this Prema Bhakti Chandrika, Narottam Das Thakur, we elaborate this specific point, the Mahaprabhu's connectivity, this Manjari Bhava. Manjari Bhava, Bhavullasarati, in which exclusive devotion to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. So this is just one indication, although we established the glory of Hanumanji and others who are exclusively devoted in particular mode of worship and also the particular deity. What is made available to all of us by the mercy of Mahaprabhu is so unique, so unique. Our position as a conditioned soul is like a raw sand. The pot maker, potter, when the mud is very wet, it can be converted into different shape. Kumhar, pot maker can give different shape to so our condition is like that raw mud, wet mud, and whichever potter we come under, he can give us the shape according to his desire. So whichever kind of sadhu, a sadhaka associates, then he is molded according to his mood. So the satsang provides this facility, although different sadhakas, they do satsang also. But what is being offered to them? Of course, discussion about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Different different devotees describing the glories of different devotees in different moods, like Hanumanji in Dasya Bhava, the Krishna's friends in Sakhya Bhava, cowherd friends, the elderly gopis like Mother Yashoda, Ananda Baba in the Vatsalya Bhava, and the Braja gopis in Madhur or conjugal Bhava, they have their direct relation with Krishna. And among the gopis, Srimati Radharani is positioned the highest. Through her love, she captures Krishna completely. So rather than trying to get to Krishna, we should aspire, we should target reaching the lotus feet or that person who has captured Krishna. So why should any sadhaka should target Krishna? Because Krishna has already become Sri Radha's. So ultimately, independently, Krishna is not our target. Our target is the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Actually, and this is the secret, this is the revelation, this is the unknown fortune made known to the whole world by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers. So Mahaprabhu demonstrated the possibility of relishment of Krishna's sweetness at the highest level through Sri Radha Dasya. That's the point. And we must take advantage of this this most mercifulness of Mahaprabhu, the fortune which was not, could not be for the conditioned souls, even like us. So that is the contrast. What remain unavailable even for the most qualified devotees of previous times and ages, the highest level of fortune through which we can relish the sweetness of Krishna at the highest level. What Radharani experiences, she can make us experience at that level, which is not possible by any other means. So we can stop here. See, subject matter is very sublime. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your patient listening. Any question, comment, or please come forward. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Shri Guru.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, if anybody would like to ask anything, kindly unmute.
All pure devotees are naturally, on the absolute platform, but even in absolute there is variegatedness. Just as in a manifestation of Hari or Krishna, there are different categories, variegatedness. Complete means absolute. So Krishna is fully absolute, more full and most full. So in the same way, the fortune of the living entities, the highest possible fortune is how to attain the highest possible fortune for the living entity. And what is that fortune? Our definition of fortune is how much one is able to relish the sweetness of Krishna. So in that regard, we have the possibility to attain the greater fortune than that of Hanumanji, greater fortune than that of Uddhavji, greater fortune of all other devotees, Shiva, Shivji, Brahmaji, and Shukadev Goswami also. Did we, should not this, this understanding cause fascination, incessant fascination for us? It must. What Mahaprabhu has come to give us is so sublime, so sublime.
Hare Krishna, Shri Guru.
Yes.
I would like to ask a question, Shri Guru.
Yes.
Shri Guru, in the book Braj Ke Rasik Sant, there is a pastime of a Babaji, Krishna Das Babaji, who went to Dwarka when Radharani asked him that you should not go, you should just stay in Braj and do bhajan. And Babaji goes to Dwarka anyways, and then he feels that his meditation is lost, and then in the separation of Radharani, he gives up his body. So, in an article somewhere, we read, Shri Guru, that this particular pastime is for Babaji only. It is not like, a Vaishnava should not go to Dwarka or should not aspire for getting Tapta Mudra. It is all sanctioned under Hari Bhakti Vilas.
Hmm.
And we should not try to cause any offenses against holy dhams of Lord Shri Krishna.
Definitely.
So, what should our mood be, Shri Guru? How do we understand this?
Only if you go there, then there is a possibility of committing a pradna. Out of sight, out of mind, simple, depending on your inner mood. But even if you have to be there somehow out of circumstances or for whatever reason, you can pay your obeisances and just beg what you want, correct? Rather than showing intimacy or personal connectivity when you adopt the mudras, like people put on tattoos, correct? They are the spiritual tattoos. So demonstrates what? Your affinity, your intimacy with the thing you put the tattoo of, na? So establish full tattoo of Radha Dashyam in your external body and also in your inner body. Then no other tattoo will take over. Correct? You become absolutely attached to what you want to become attached to in Sri Radha Dashyam. Then no other means can baffle you or make you fascination, make you fascinated. You become so absolutely fascinated by Sri Radha Dashyam that you won't go for it. Anything. So, of course, the example which you are quoting, why would one ignore or undermine or oppose or go against the order of Srimati Radharani? That's the point we have to see. What a great fortune that somebody gets a dream of Srimati Radharani once one gets to hear the order of Radharani. Radharani telling to do something or not do something. And still we took it lightly. Are Radharani, if comes in the dream, it shall be such a fortune. How can it be anything otherwise? Even in the dream of if Radharani, since Radharani is absolute, her cannot be anything else. Because it's such a rare thing to have a dream of, and if Radharani tells something, should one doubt it? In the dreams people have crazy ideas, crazy thoughts, and they become bound by the dreams. Now the binding that will be caused in us by having the dream of Radharani, can it be anything otherwise? How can one doubt it? It's such a rare to have the dream of Srimati Radharani, and one who has it, how can he take it so lightly? So we must hanker, at least we can have Radharani in the dream, and then ready ourselves to do anything she offers, she asks, she orders. That should be our take from this pastime. Radharani, I will not make that mistake. If you tell me anything, I will go for it. Or drop it if you say no. Alright? Yeah, so always hearing all these pastimes and different events, we should be put in advantage, na? Although we are not as elevated as those who got the dream of Srimati Radharani in order from Srimati Radharani. We don't have to remain any less fortunate. We can become more fortunate, and we can avoid committing the blunder. Correct? So, whatever faith we build in, through this satsang, it will be tested. Someday Radharani will show up in the dream, because that's the level. It's easy and feasible for us. And then, shall we be fully ready to follow what Radharani tells us? We will be tested. So, Krishnadas Babaji, of course, very much attached to Srimati Radharani. His devotion is such a high level, but it demonstrates that Radharani, even in the dream, is absolute and cannot be taken lightly, cannot be undermined, overlooked, ignored or denied, defied. So at least one should prepare and hope that Radharani may also give us a dream, because our faith will be tested on this path. So it's not casual. We are not discussing these things casually. We are very consciously discussing this, and our spontaneity will be granted. The spontaneity in us will be bestowed by the causeless mercy of Srimati Radharani one day. Hare Krishna. Because as we already established the principle, dream is nothing but the extension of our conscious Jagrit Avastha. No? So those who become devoted, those who become attached to Srimati Radharani, they stand very good chance to have Radharani in the dream. Because even in their wakeful state, Jagrit Avastha, if they are always thinking of Srimati Radharani, then it's very easy for them to have the dream of Srimati Radharani also. Hare Krishna. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. All right.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam Shri Guru.
Hare Krishna. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna Shri Guru. Pranams.
Hare Krishna. Welcome, Sri Swamini Matirastu.
Thank you so much, as always, for such a relishable satsang. It feels really nourishing to my heart, and it never feels like enough. There's always hankering for more. It's always so exciting waking up on the morning when there's a satsang. I can liken it to when I was younger, the feeling of Christmas morning here. So I wanted to share something that it feels as though, I was reflecting on this actually, and Andrew and I were discussing it the other day. It feels as though since beginning this process of studying Prema Bhakti Chandrika with you, it's like everything in life has become more intensified on an individual basis and a collective basis. And it feels like the challenges are getting greater, but also the blessings and the breakthroughs also feel like they carry more weight. Everything just feels more intense. And I was wondering, in this process, as hopefully we're purifying and letting go of anarthas and realigning our consciousness, what's the best way, apart from obviously sadhu sangha and trying to become, at least to have some level of okay sadhana, what's the best way that we can develop an attachment for Swamini?
Yes, Swamini's connectivity is made available to us through Sriman Mahaprabhu, correct? So you recite this shloka, memorize this shloka. Yatha yatha gaur padar vinde vindeta bhaktim krita punya rashi तथा तथोत्सर पतिहृद्य कस्मात् श्री राधा पदाम्भोज सुधाम्बुराशि. Your desire to attain the attachment for Srimati Radharani's lotus feet, correct? So Radharani has come in our life, through Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu in disposition, in identity, Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but in disposition, he is Srimati Radharani. So when we look at Mahaprabhu, we are looking at the most merciful Srimati Radharani. And that's why the followers of Sriman Mahaprabhu, the primary followers Shad Goswami and those coming in the parampara and to fulfill the manobhishta, the inner heart's desire of Mahaprabhu, to connect the living entity of sadhaka to Sri Radha Dasyam, the highest fortune, highest possible fortune. So Radharani is not limited to the. Radharani has come out of Nikunja, and through Mahaprabhu and through his followers, we have to identify. We have to identify who is Sri Radha's. So in order to become attached to Srimati Radharani, we have to identify at least someone who is attached to Sri Radha. That's the process. So again, our process is rather than going directly to Krishna or directly to Srimati Radharani, in order to attain the attachment, or in order to become, what is that word? Sankramit hona. It's contagious. The attachment for Sri Radharani's lotus feet, it has to become, we have to connect. We have to connect. That is the process. We have to identify the person who is blessed with that attachment for Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. Directly trying to access and connect to Radharani is not possible, not feasible in our present condition, situation. So what is feasible is called pragmatic, practical. And the result is the same or rather greater. Just even by trying to attain or embrace Krishna, one may not relish Krishna's sweetness as much as by the mercy of to experience Krishna's sweetness at the highest level, like hers. This is inconceivable. Now your question, how to attain attachment to Srimati Radharani. That itself is such a sublime thought. So we want to become that fortunate, that to have attachment for Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. Then how much we should appreciate those who are already blessed with that fortune of attachment for Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. And that is what Mahaprabhu has established. He has created the parampara or the succession of devotees who became blessed with the attachment for Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. And if we have identified such devotee or devotees, then by proper service mood, if we associate, follow their directions and appreciate their most blessedness. So if one wants to become fully blessed, is the desire to how to attain attachment for Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. That is becoming fully blessed, correct? And we have to, the only way is to identify and who is so most blessed, so that we can get from the person who has it, rather than trying to get it directly from Srimati Radharani. The most feasible way is to spot identify such a person who has it. That would do it. And one will be able to experience rather than waiting when Radharani will provide us what we want. The easier and the most certain or the shortest and the surest way of absolute success is possible to identify a person who has it. It's more easier to get it than by any other means. So that is the way Mahaprabhu has shown us. Through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's direction and his desire to bless us with what you have just desired, Mahaprabhu has blessed us to have the desire for Radha Dasyam, attachment for the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani's service. And we are following the process in which the only feasible pragmatic way to make it available is tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukritaina labhyate. Wherever the greed for the service of lotus feet of Radharani's lotus feet is being distributed, we can get it from there. All right?
Thank you so much, Sri Guru. Pranams.
Makes sense, na?
Yes, Sri Guru.
Yeah, we don't have to create, we don't have to just imagine something in the name of, we don't have to try to become exceptional or, like that. We simply take advantage of the direct direction, Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam. So whatever Rupa Goswami and the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they have created this lineage, and same mercy has come in our life through that lineage or parampara, and we must take full advantage of it. Because they have it, they are capable to give it to us. Sri Radha Pada Sevana Mitamaho Tad Datum Isho Bhavan. So we have to pray to the person who is easily can reciprocate with us. Na? We can pray to Radharani and others, but they are far, far away from us. So one who is Radharani is, if we can have him or her, then we can be absolutely sure to attain the fulfillment of our desire. Attachment to one who is attached to Srimati Radharani's lotus feet will definitely, like a contagious disease, like in Corona, if you come in touch, association with the person who is blessed with that what you desire, you can also get it from it. Sure, certain and shortest way. Rather than remaining in the wonderland when it will happen. So we need a guaranteed way, Guaranteed way. So identifying and associating with the persons, serving, to get that, what is the word? Contagious or becoming, in Hindi there is the word sankramit. I'm not able to find the exact English word for sankramit. To become contagious. To become contagious from the person who has it. That's more easy.
Do you mean
Because,
infected?
huh?
Infected?
Infected, that's the word, yes. So nobody wants to become infected with disease, but infected with the love of or attachment for Radharani is lotus feet. So if we have identified a person, our endeavor should be to search out that person who is infected with attachment of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. Then most certainly and surest and shortest way to absolute success, rather than trying to search out where is Radharani, where is Radharani. Mahaprabhu has made it very easy through his associates. He has created the flow, parampara, lineage. We have to identify just one person. One would even suffice. And many could also be there, but one has to identify at least with one, because attachment and is always singular, na? So attachment to a person who is infected with the attachment to Radharani will give the same effect. All right.
Thank you so much, Sri Guru. With the words that emanate from your lotus mouth, you make even the most unfathomable things somewhat understandable to my limited understanding and in as much ignorance as I'm in. So thank you. Pranams, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Mahaprabhu's mercy is flowing to bless us at the highest level. This is the way to get it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Gaur.
Hare Krishna. We will together chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra a minimum of 3 times for to honor and love our dear Shri Guru.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
With love, we will call out Om Vishnupad Param Hansa Parivrajakacarya Ashtottara Shat Shri Swamini Kripamurti Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Swarup Govind Maharaj ki
Jai.
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 Jai, Jai.
Jai Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev.
Hare Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandvat Pranam Gurudev.
Hare Krishna, Ati Swamini Matirastu. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari 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 Gaur.
Shri Guru, Dandat Pranam.
Sri Swamini Mati Astu. Will join all of you just about in 1 hour in Kirtan. All
Hare
right?
Krishna, Pranam Sri Guru.
Hare Krishna, welcome. Swamini Mati Astu.
Hare Krishna, Shri Guru Pranam.
Hare Krishna, welcome. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari 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 Gaur.